to 1870, there was no formal educational system in Mansfield. The students were taught at home group, family groups, and they either hired a teacher or one of the members there had enough education that they could teach the rudimentary skills of reading, writing, and arithmetic. And arithmetic was sometimes referred to as cipher. And when I was in the Air Force, I was a cryptanalyst and found that cipher was the term used for secret writing. And I sometimes think that cipher should still be applied to mathematics because it's secret writing to a lot of the students. But the city fathers went to the Reverend John Collier, who was a Presbyterian minister, and he was teaching and had a school down in the Erath County area. They invited him to come to Mansfield and establish a formal education system. He says, I will do that, but you have to meet two provisos. Number one, you have to plat the city, and you have to register it with the county clerk so that the first bad crop year you don't pick up and move my students away and leave me with empty buildings. Number two, you have to provide a place for myself and my family to live. So the city fathers agreed to this. In 1870, Mr. Mann opened the Mansfield Male-Female Cottage, Mansfield Female College. And the state legislature for the state of Texas, 7 years after its opening in 1877, recognized the Mansfield Male-Female College as the best place in Texas to receive a quality education. And 1888, there was a fire in the Mansfield Male-Female College, and it burned. And the school closed down. But prior to that, Mr. Mann, or Dr. Collier, built the house off the campus for he and his family, a two-story house. He and his family occupied the bottom floor, and the male or the female teachers and students lived upstairs. That house is still in use today. That is the Blessing Funeral Home at 301 Elm Street. After the Mansfield Male-Female College burned and closed, Dr. Phillips organized a Mansfield Academy. And the Mansfield Academy operated from 1901 to 1909. During that period of time, it went bankrupt, and in 1909, after the graduation in May, they closed the Mansfield Academy. The city fathers said, we have to have a formal educational system. So the 26th of May, they had a city election to determine whether they wanted to establish an ISD, an independent school district. 126 people voted in that election, and 122 voted yay for establishment of an independent school district. A board of trustees was named that afternoon after the election, and that night they met, and they had also passed a $15,000 bond issue to get the school started. They said, we have a campus that is not operating, let's make an offer to the Mansfield, Dr. Phillips and his associates, for the Mansfield Academy. So they did, and they bought that campus for $12,600 that gave them $2,400 of seed money to begin their new school year. The Mansfield Academy, the independent school district filled up that building. There was a Cumberland Presbyterian Church that set up near East of Broad Street. they said, we are not using our facilities, you can use them for classrooms. So they filled up that facility, and then they came down on East Broad Street, which is now the Central Baptist Church, and they said, you can use our facilities, so they filled that out. About 1922, the school board of trustees said, we have students scattered all over Mansfield, we need to get them consolidated in one location. So they commissioned the building of a brick school. It was completed in 1924, and that served as the only